It gives me much pleasure to be here tonight. Last Saturday I was at the awards of FICAC, which they had it for the first time. But unlike yourselves, they'll be holding theirs every 3 years, which is a small organization. But I think there's a lot of similarity between yourselves and FICAC. FICAC is mentioned in the Constitution, specifically as an organization. And whilst the Water Authority of Fiji may not be mentioned in the Constitution, you are the vehicle through which we will be able to fulfill the rights that are given to Fijians under the Constitution. That is under Section 36(1) of the Constitution, that says that every Fijian has the right to clean and safe, adequate drinking water. And it is only through your organization that we'll be able to fulfill that right. That is the right of all Fijians. So you play a very critical and a very important role in fulfilling that right. The Water Authority of Fiji, of course, as you know, came as, well, formerly known as the Water and Sewage Department of PWD. And the transformation or the devolution from that took place a few years ago when essentially the Water and Sewage Department became the Water Authority of Fiji. So in many respects, the Water Authority of Fiji, unlike the FRA, went through a bigger transition and indeed is still going through a much bigger transition. So you have had more challenges. And of course, as you know, water is a very critical amenity, it's a critical utility that everybody wants in this world, including, of course, every single Fijian in Fiji. Only last week, the Honorable Prime Minister was in Lambasa, and the Honorable Minister who is here with us today accompanied the Honorable Prime Minister. And there are many issues regarding water that was raised by ordinary citizens. Many areas in which Water Authority of Fiji is not present, but nonetheless, for them, water is a very critical issue. So you will be becoming a much bigger organization in that respect, because you will need to play a much bigger and a much more pivotal role in ensuring that that service is delivered to all Fijians. I want to warn all of you who are from the Western Division that next week the Prime Minister will be doing a tour of the Western Division. So please be prepared for some of the complaints that people may have or some of the issues they may raise. And of course the CEO is fully aware of that. So you are very much at the cold face of the delivery of service to individuals. As we all know that in the morning when you wake up and you don't have water to drink, or you cannot have a shower, excuse me, you actually get quite annoyed. So you obviously have a much more of a critical role to play, and there's a lot of pressure on you. And I think these awards nights must actually recognize the type of pressure many of you go through, and indeed how all of you need to work together to coordinate to ensure that those ordinary people, ordinary Fijians, do not actually have a number of complaints. Ladies and gentlemen, my point being is that you play a very critical role. It is therefore very critical that you are given adequate resources, you are giving the adequate budget, and as your CEO has highlighted, the budget for Water Authority is unprecedented now for 2 years in a row. This is why also government agreed to the wage rise that you received, because we know that in about 4 years, you did not have any salary adjustments. Please be rest assured that it is the policy of the Fiji First government to ensure that every single person that works for government, that every single organization that is funded by government to deliver services to ordinary Fijians, you will all be awarded, you will be rewarded, and you'll be paid the right remuneration. That is very critical. Because, you know, as they say, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. And we must pay people the right salary. But at the same time, it is your responsibility to ensure that you also at the same time deliver what is expected of you by your board, by your CEO, by your team leaders, by your management. And indeed, it is the responsibility of the management and the CEO of the board to ensure that what they are supposed to deliver, they also deliver. At the end of the day, it's an entire teamwork approach. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a very, very important space. I just want to leave you with a few remarks. And I know I'm standing between you and dinner, and it's a fairly long night. But the point is this: Fiji is on the cusp of becoming a very, very modern nation state. Only today, the Bureau of Statistics revealed the figures on the levels of poverty in Fiji. Household income survey that was carried out in 2013 and 2014 has revealed that poverty in Fiji has dropped by nearly 4%. And that was in 2013 and 2014. We expect that the figures for 2014 and 2015, and indeed going to 2015 and 2016, poverty levels will drop even further. From April of this year, Fiji Airways is flying to Singapore. Singapore is the size of Tabuti. Singapore, ladies and gentlemen, is the size of Tabuti. But we all look up to Singapore. And the only reason why Singapore is where it is today is because every single government department, the civil servants, the entire country came together and had one focus: to make their nation great. And the only way to make your nation great, ladies and gentlemen, is to ensure that whatever jobs you are given, whatever you are being paid for, you are doing it to the best of your ability and giving it more than 100%. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the opportunity that's waiting for all of you. Your work is very critical. If water is adequate, we are flying to all the continents around the Pacific Rim, except South America. We are getting more people, the economy is growing, there's more demand for services. If you are being rewarded for your work, we are in a very, very good space. So I'd like to thank you very much for your hard work, for your contribution. Of course, we'd like to congratulate the winners, but we also want to acknowledge those people who are awarded, and those are nominated, and those people who are first and second runner-ups, and of course those people who may win awards in the future. It is very critical also in your organization, whether it's awards, whether it's appointment of people to your staff, we have a merit-based system. We are rolling out through the public service a merit-based system guideline, which I'm sure the Water Authority of Fiji and the board will want to take up also. Because I think it's very, very critical that we do that and we get into that space. So congratulations once again, ladies and gentlemen. I know many of you here from Vanuatu in the Western Division. Thank you for the trip coming out here. I'd like to congratulate the board, the chairman, Mr. P.L. Munasinga, and the rest of his team who have now put in place a number of measures. I of course like to acknowledge the CEO and his management team for their work in bringing you together as a team. And of course, I mean, apart from the technical glitches you had, it's not very easy to put these things together. So thank you again for the team that put this together. And I'm sure you want to put your hands together for them. So, Vinaka Vakalevu, and I wish you a very prosperous and a fantastic new year, and I wish you a wonderful evening. Vinaka, thank you.
That's the honor.
Thank you very much.
Our second runner-up this evening for Team Project.